it appears that we have a new hero on the way. After next week events was turned into Wheel, keys were delayed by a week in order to bring us a new hero. We've obviously just had the release of Isabella. Before that we had Chazlon and Satorio. So most likely the order of things indicates that it's going to be a new Alliance hero that's going to be joining us when we get more details about the release next week, Monday. Special thanks to Birdie for posting up the screenshots that I used earlier. But in terms of what's next, it's most likely going to be an Alliance. Now, it's true that most Alliance heroes have been quite a disappointment. Most recently we had Jet. Before that was Lightning and Watchman. Jet kind of failed to stand out on his own. At that time when he was released, he was thought to be a Nyx counter. Didn't turn out quite that way. Lightning before him was meant to be a buffer, and then Watchman was meant to be HP support. So those three in their regard really failed to impress along the way, and me personally, I've been using them as fodder ever since. I've also covered Isabella extensively, but I do want to mention that I did not pull for Satorio. I didn't feel that he would outlast some of the stronger heroes, and that seems to be the case as Chazlon is reigning quite supreme. So Chazlon and Koshka are not heaven and hell heroes that have changed the shape of the game. So it really stands to reason that Alliance may be another overpowered hero. So it's really exciting to see what will come next, and hopefully he is a big gain to our teams. The question is though, after building Isabella not too long ago, do you have enough resources to build a new Alliance hero? Obviously one of the setbacks is the specific 9-star fodder of the faction, and so one of the ways that you can counter that is to be really intentional and maybe build a hero up to T2 or T3 to get faction specific fodder after you return that hero. So for Olivia, for example, here we get one 9-star that's Alliance faction. If she was up to T3, we would get 5 returned because another 4 need to go into her. That does use up your Phoenix Stones, so I would kind of use that as a last resort. You should be planning ahead as much as possible with your faction related fodder, especially at 9-star. And one of the issues that we're having lately is that we have to build up a lot of 10 stars just to meet fusion requirements. So that's where a lot of gold souls get wasted and where a lot of 9 stars just get eaten up. I wanted to think about the cost of actually leveling up a new hero. We can see here that it costs about 10,000 gold souls to go from 9-star to 10-star, and then another 10,000 to go to T1, 10,000 to T2, 10,000 to T3, and when we finally get to a T4, that's when we start needing 20,000 gold souls and more. So that's something you really need to factor in when we have announcements like this for new heroes. We need to start thinking about the cost of gold souls and portioning accordingly, because to go from T5 to red, you need those 4 upgrades, which is 80,000. Plus you need then the 10,000s for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 star. So you need that additional 40,000 or so just to get to that point. And then you need as well all of the upgrades to 10 star in addition to all of the fodder that you need at 9 and 10 star. So luckily I've had a couple of these stored up, but you should really be focusing on storing these wonderful 9-star chests that we get from the travel chamber in territory. So you should really be focused on storing these for new heroes and making use of them appropriately, in addition to these 6 stars, which often rewards from events or from pulling from Miracle Eyes. So with all that said, it's really exciting to see a new hero coming up, but we also need to make sure that you have the 2050 keys needed on hand. So I will be thinking about maybe buying some keys to meet the threshold, and also you can get those from your daily market, which is 8 keys for 1,000 gems. That's the best price that we can get currently at the moment. So I would think about everything you need to do, which includes having about 200,000 gold souls in your inventory, as well as about 10 9 stars and 3 10 stars. That will enable you to go straight to T5 purple which is wonderful because then you can get that extra copy from Fusion once the event is live. So best of luck saving, and make sure you subscribe for upcoming updates.